Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Clue, and I'm one of your athletic trainers here at East Stroudsburg University, and I'll be guiding you through how to complete your medical paperwork to participate in athletics for the 21-22 academic year. You should have received this document in an email with your username and password to log into your Blue Ocean account. The Blue Ocean portal is the medical database that we use here at East Stroudsburg University that houses all of your medical information that you will be filling out shortly. A couple things to note, this document gives a brief introduction to our medical insurance policy. There is a form in the Blue Ocean portal that goes into further description of our insurance policy. Please make sure that your parent reads this form and that you, if over the age of 18, acknowledge and sign this form. Another thing to note, if you have ever been diagnosed with COVID-19, you must obtain clearance by a physician in order to participate in athletics. There is a form in our Blue Ocean portal that asks some questions about your health history with COVID-19. And you will also have a way to upload your vaccination card if you are in fact vaccinated. All of this paperwork that I am about to go over and explain to you is due no later than July 23rd of this year. You have to have all of your medical paperwork completed in order to participate in athletics. So the first step in this instruction manual is to click this link that will bring you to this main screen. You will log in using your login credentials. And then in a couple steps here, you're going to be prompted to set up a two-factor authentication system, in which I have already set up, but it is demonstrated to you in the directions. This is just to make sure that it is in fact you that is logging into your portal and not someone else. Okay, so this is the main dashboard here. And as you can see, it is prompting me that I have 9 forms to be filled out. And all of my demographic information is here. And then there are tabs across the bottom here that will list all of my information that I am going to load into the system. So since it is your first time logging in, the first time you log in, it's going to prompt you to change your password as soon as you log in. You need to remember that password because it's going to be your new password from here on out to log in. And as soon as you change it, it's going to kick you out of the system and log you back in. So once you log back in, I would recommend that you change your user ID because as of right now, your user ID is just a numbers and something that's very difficult to remember. So in order to do that, you are going to go to the top of the menu here where it says your user ID or your name, and you're going to select change user ID. In this, you're going to be able to select a new one, type in your current password, and then change your user ID. But since I'm going to keep this one, I am not going to change it. Okay, after you change your user ID, you're going to need to answer your security questions because if you get locked out of the system and need to reset your user ID or your password for any reason, your security questions are going to be the way you log in. This is found on the left-hand side down at the bottom. You're going to select My Security Questions and answer those. After you answer the 3 questions, it's still going to come up with a red notice that says to answer the questions, but as long as you've pressed save, your answers to your questions are saved. Okay, next, you're going to go to the side where it says demographic changes. And this is where if you notice that any information such as your birth date or address is incorrect here, you have the opportunity to change it. You can also change any contact information. Okay, so when you're at the home page, you are going to click your parent guardian tab and enter your parent guardian information. In case there were to be an emergency that we need to reach your parents, this is the information that you would list. If they are not an emergency contact, or you have somebody in the area that you would prefer us contact, you can list them, such as a family member, in this contacts tab. Okay, so when we are looking at all of the forms that we need to fill out, they can either be accessed at this prompt here or forms to the left on the left-hand side. So some of the forms that or all of the forms that we have to complete: Form A, Form C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. You won't need to fill out Form B, and if you're a new student, this shouldn't be populated for you. But since I'm demonstrating this tutorial to both new and returners, it is visible to me. So in the new student athlete report of medical history, this form is very similar to our physical form. Even though you've submitted a physical, you still need to complete this form. When we go down in this form, we get to question 5. And this is where it asks us about our medical history when it pertains to COVID-19. Please give an accurate health history on this entire form and with COVID-19. If you are vaccinated, I will demonstrate soon how to upload your vaccination card. And then again, if you were ever diagnosed with COVID-19, you will need a clearance from a physician in order to participate in athletics. You cannot have been diagnosed with COVID-19 and be cleared to participate without a formal clearance from a physician. Okay, going back to forms, you will fill out the assumption of risk form, the concussion statement. Form E, the sickle cell form, a lot of our athletes have questions about this. We are not mandating that you get tested for sickle cell. You don't have to get tested for sickle cell. There is an option to waive the testing. The only indication that we would recommend that you get tested, and it explains it here, although sickle cell trait is most predominant in African Americans and those of Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, Indian, Caribbean, and South and Central American ancestry. Persons of all races and ancestry may test positive for sickle cell trait. So if you were to have any of those predominant backgrounds, we would recommend that you get sickle cell tested, although you can waive the testing. So if you were choosing to waive the testing, you wouldn't need to fill out any of this information. You would just select I am waiving, yes, I waive, and then you would sign and date. Okay, back to the forms. Next on the list would be the mental health questionnaire. This form here, you do need to click this link. Please do not just sign and date this form. This form is incomplete until you have clicked this link and filled out the questionnaire that it brings you to. You will fill out all of the questions and continue to press next until you have completed it in its entirety. And then once you've completed it, you don't need to do anything with this screen. It automatically populates to our database. And then you will sign and date this once you've completed that questionnaire. Then you have your assignment of benefits form, the parent athlete insurance and billing information, and then the SCAT 5 form. When you fill out all of these forms, at the bottom of the form, it's going to have a save and submit button. Please press save and then submit once you are completed with all of the forms. Okay, and then once you have completed all these, they will go into the completed list. So as you can see, these are my forms from last year that I completed, and they are in the completed column. Okay, back to my home dashboard and my insurance information. I'm going to go over how to upload your insurance information to the portal. Okay, so on the document that you received, step 13 and step 14 are ways to upload your insurance information. First is the Next Pick app, and second is the Kong IQ app. Both are mobile apps that can be downloaded through the App Store and are free. If you choose to do the Next Pick app, you will download that, and the first step would be to enter in East Stroudsburg University, and then your full name, and then your school ID or your date of birth. You'll click continue, and then it will bring you to the next screen where it prompts you to attach a picture of the front and the back of your insurance card. So this app can sometimes take pictures quickly. We recommend that you put your card on a surface with a dark background and in good lighting so that the insurance information is legible. If it's not legible, it will not be uploaded to the system and you'll have to upload it again. So the second option is the Kong IQ app. The Kong IQ app can actually be downloaded and you can do everything through this app. So the Kong IQ app, you can upload your insurance information, you can upload your vaccination card, and you can fill out all of your forms. So if you're someone that does not have access to a computer desktop or a laptop, but you have your mobile device, then I would suggest downloading the Kong IQ app and doing everything through this app. So you'll see here, these are some screenshots. I do have a little tutorial, like a video recording of my mobile device that I will show you here. Okay, so this is the demonstration for the Kong IQ app. As you can see, I'm opening the app and logging in, and it brings me to my main dashboard. At my main dashboard, I'm going to press more at the bottom right-hand corner, and then I'm going to click insurance info. Here's where I'm going to be able to scan a new card, attach a front or back. And as I said before, you can do this for the insurance card or the vaccination card. Then I can press custom forms, and then it will take me to all of my forms here. And I'm able to open up each individual one and fill it out, save and submit each one on the app as well as on the portal. But if you do one, you don't need to do the other. That's the mental health questionnaire. Again, you must click the link. And then I'm back at my dashboard. Okay, so after you've done all that, all of your forms should be in the completed column. The physical exam, our pre-participation exam, should also be forwarded to you in that email with your login information. That is the physical that you will need to have completed to participate in athletics at East Stroudsburg University. The next thing that you need to do as a new student is complete your impact test. The impact test is a computerized neurocognitive test that you will go through, kind of like a series of internet games where you'll have to match shapes, you'll have to remember colors, you'll have to remember designs, words, and kind of like matching memory games. And so you also should have gotten an email from support@impacttest.com. This is the sample email that I have up here now. If you are a parent listening to this, your child has to complete this themselves. I would also urge your child to complete their paperwork themselves. Please have them involved in the process. You can supervise if they have questions, but they need to complete this test themselves. Again, this is a test for them. So in order to take an impact test, it is recommended that you have a mouse, although you do not need to. You can use your mouse pad on your device. This cannot be completed on your cell phone. You do need a laptop or desktop in order to complete the impact test. So in order to launch your impact test, you will click this link here, and it will bring you to your main screen. You'll pick your language, you'll press validate, and then you'll start entering in your information. After you have entered in all of your information, you will be finished. So the impact test is the last thing that you need to complete. And if you have any questions, Jamie Galdieri and myself are available every Monday at 12 o'clock. We are holding Zoom sessions for all of our new and returning athletes every Monday from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And your coach will have the information for that Zoom link for you to be able to log on and ask any questions that you have. We look forward to seeing you soon. Have a safe and healthy summer.